The views and opinions expressed by contributors on the Spoon River Gothic podcast are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the host. Material heard on the Spoon River Gothic podcast is intended for adult listeners. This podcast deals with mature topics that may not be suitable for all listeners. Listener discretion is advised. This is Spoon River Gothic, narrative of a double homicide.
Hi.
Can we make this in about 10 more minutes?
You want me to call you back in 10 minutes?
Yes, are you the podcast lady?
Yeah, that's me.
Give me about 10 minutes. I'm just finishing breakfast.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm running a little late. I'll be done here in a minute and we'll talk.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hi, sorry.
I had a call come in about the same time. It's an important call, too. And it was coming in the same time you was calling, so... Anyways.
Okay.
I'm available now.
Okay, that's good. How are you doing?
Oh, I've been going through some rough times lately.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Financial times. Thanks. Well, but hopefully things will start looking better. I have a faith. This COVID thing really put a damper on things. I'm a home caregiver for elderly and disabled.
Oh, okay.
So that COVID put a hurt to it.
Really?
A lot of people died from it.
Oh.
Okay. A lot of people don't want you in the house, new people, and it was difficult. But things are starting to pick up now, hopefully. I don't know. I haven't got anything yet, but...
Oh, good. Good. That's good to hear. What's the weather like there today?
Well, we're supposed to get some flurries, snow flurries. We still got a little snow on the ground here.
Yeah, we got...
Cold and windy. Let's see. I think it's only 26 degrees right now and overcast. And then slight chance of showers and snow showers before 3. So one of them gray days.
Yeah, it's really cold. I live in Colorado, and it's so bitter cold lately.
Oh, is it? I always wanted to go there and see it out there, but I never have.
Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty. Sometimes I take it for granted. I forget how beautiful it is.
Yeah, that's way anywhere. Yeah, you get used to it.
Right, yeah. So, I wanted to talk to you about compensating you for your time for the interview. I'm authorized to pay you $200 today if we can talk. And I can pay you either through PayPal or Venmo.
Okay.
Do you have either one of those?
No.
Oh, I can send you a check. I mean, I imagine you would want to get paid as soon as possible.
Yeah. I hate taking any money for it, but you know what? It really is painful tearing them wounds open again.
I know.
And that's a lot of thinking and a lot of anxiety, and I'm supposed to be avoiding the anxiety. I got high blood pressure. So I'm kind of, it's rough. It's rough going back there again.
Well, is there a way that we can get a pay? How could we pay you then if you don't do PayPal or Venmo?
Well, how about Cash App?
Cash App?
Yeah. I'll have to download it again and all that.
Okay.
I don't know about PayPal. I just can't seem to get that figured out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me, I'm going to text somebody who would submit the payment, and
I'll have to get it installed first. Let's see. I don't know if I can get with you on here or not. How long would a check take?
I'm not sure. I'm going to ask that question while we're talking.
Okay.
So I was hoping that we could talk for like, I don't know, I imagine it's not going to take much more than an hour. And we're asking that you don't disclose the payment, that we're giving you money basically.
Oh, for the don't tell anybody that I'm getting money for it?
Yeah.
All right. That's fine, but why don't you just send a check? I don't want to mess with that shit on my phone. I'm sorry. I'll trust you to send me a check. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that should be fine.
All right. Well, yeah. Like I said, I've been going through a lot of anxiety. I kind of got a problem with that. There's a lot of people, his family, that know me. And there's people out there that's adamant that he didn't do it. I already testified.
Right. So you would be agreeable to keep you anonymous.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to be difficult. I really don't. And I'm hoping this will help people, but I don't know. I feel like I felt like right now, like I felt watching back in the horror day movies, the murder shows, and I always sat and wondered about the women in their life, their wives or their mom or whatever, and it always impacted me about these. And I'm kind of an empath. I feel other people's pain, and it always disturbed me. That's why it's so hard for me right now, and it always disturbed me real bad about these women that had no idea what was going on. And then I ended up living it.
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter's calling. I tell you what, can you call me back 15 minutes? Try to get this done. I got so much going on today. Just call me back and I'll try to get this set up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hello. It's got to be a busy morning for me. I apologize.
That's okay.
I don't have a vehicle right now, and I've got one on the way. And he's going to be here. We may not have time to talk about it all this morning. I can talk later on. I talked to my daughter. She called me, and she's very concerned about all this. And she thinks I should get more money than that.
Oh, really?
She said, well, it isn't quite a story, but yeah. She said that's not very much for digging into all that open wound shit.
Well, I am authorized to offer you $250 if we can use your audio but change it. So we would, our sound engineers would change your voice.
Yeah.
And I can keep you anonymous. That's the best I can do right now. How much were you thinking?
Well, she was thinking a lot more than that. Probably about 700. But I know that's pretty far apart. But that just doesn't seem like very much money to dig into bringing all that anxiety up right now. When I'm fighting this blood pressure thing right now.
Yeah.
But if you want to think about it, we can talk later. I'm trying to get myself back on. I'm behind on everything. I've been without a job, and I've just got a lot of problems going on right now. I'm a much behind on everything, and I'm getting an echo back, and it's bothering me. Anyways.
Okay, well, I guess you want to think about, hello? You want to think about it?
And you think about a little bit more than that, see what happens.
So when should I call you back?
Well, whenever. You want to this afternoon, or you want to go tomorrow, whatever. I've got a call. looked out on a vehicle I'm trying to get. I borrowed money to get a vehicle. And I've been having a lot of anxiety over trying to find a vehicle for a little bit of money, there isn't right now. And there's not very much around here, and this guy has agreed to bring it to me, so he's going to be here in about half an hour. I just got another call, about this. This is all new.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know any of this last night.
All right, I can call you back. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get any more money for you. Definitely advocate for it, but they're saying no, so...
all right.
I'll call you back this afternoon?
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, it's quite she just went through some stories of her own, I mean, there's just some complicated stuff here. Twists and turns and stuff you'd never imagine.
Yeah. You live in Canton?
Not used to at the time. I live in a smaller suburb, not suburb, but I live in a little town called Elmwood, and it's about 16 miles from Canton.
Yeah. So why are you concerned about being on the record? What is your fear? I'm just curious. That's all.
Okay. I'll talk a little bit to her. Well, we've got a sister that runs in a rough crowd, and none of them believe he did it. And he had some friends that's kind of a rough crowd. They didn't believe he did it. Not all of them didn't believe it, but there's a few. And another thing is I gotta go around and sell myself to taking care of old people or disabled people. And, they don't want to get involved with somebody that's been in a drama like that, probably,
Yeah.
I'm kind of a low profile person.
Mm-hmm.
And, when this all happened, I was on rent assistance. I had just left a very painful alcoholic 7-year relationship. And, it was hard getting over that, and I had 3 daughters, and my middle daughter was pregnant, and at a very young age, and I had that to deal with, and so I'm on my own trying to raise 3 girls, and I met him through a friend of mine, and he seemed really nice. He had all the elements. He had a job. He had a car. He had friends. His friends seemed really, he had good friends too, like I say he did. And everybody liked him. Dogs liked him. Kids liked him, I thought, and we were more of a friendship type of relationship.
Are you talking about Donnie?
Yeah. So, I was trying to get on my feet back then, and he kind of moved in on me, and I told him I couldn't have anybody live with me. And he'd asked me to store some stuff for him, and then he ended up just kind of staying, and I just didn't feel compelled to confront him about it. I know why now, but I went through all that trauma and tragedy, and then
yeah.
When all that happened, he gave my address and told me to live with me and got me kicked off my rent assistance that I was dependent on, and I ended up being homeless. And
yeah,
because I think they quit. I lost my home over it. I don't know if there's any kind of fun for crime victims anywhere or not, but to me, I was a victim. I didn't get beat up and I didn't get murdered. And my children, one of them, come close. There's a story about that she was telling me about. And yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And so, yeah, my daughter come close. I was stranded somewhere and I walked home. I just had the bad feeling. I get these feelings. And I came in and she was, I think it stopped her from getting murdered. The way she told me things was happening. And plus they were affected over it, and they're nurses and we just don't want people.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to rehash it again now, because in the event that we do talk later about it, because.
And see, that's another thing. I get off on different avenues. That's another thing about reenacting wanting to say it, what I'm saying word by word. I go off on different avenues in this, there's different things that's happening, and I don't know if I'm going to get them in the right timeline. But I figure maybe it'd probably be easier to have a conversation with me and then compile it,
Why don't you sit on it and think about it? Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to get much more, maybe $250.
Oh, that's not much more.
Yeah.
That's really not much, because it's a big story.
Sure. I know. Well, the thing is we're not really paying anybody else. We've gotten other interviews, but we feel like your story is really important. And so that's why we're indie. We're not like a big corporation, and we really don't have that big of a budget. And I guess, think about it. I'll get back to you this afternoon, and we'll mull it over a little bit more.
Do you have any way of telling me who else you're going to interview? Is it any of his family?
We've talked to his family. Yeah. We've talked to attorneys. We've talked to a lot of people.
Interesting.
And we haven't, usually you don't, pay somebody for an interview, but we can see that you're in dire straits and we'd like to help you. So, but I
do appreciate that.
Pretty limited though. I'm sorry.
If I wasn't in this position, I wouldn't be thinking on these terms. There's a whole lot of stories, believe me, in this. It's so connected. Things that happened in the past before I even met. He lived next door to me when I was married with my kids. He lived next door to me in the 80s. Yeah, and he beat up his sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. And I remember one night I was pregnant, as a matter of fact, with my last daughter, and the police showed up at my house in the middle of the night and wanted to search the house, and he wanted to make sure everybody was all right. And somebody had reported a woman screaming. Well, and of course I hadn't, and I didn't even put all this together until years later. But it was him. I think it was when he beat his sister-in-law up, and then he went to prison for 5 years. Did you get it? I'm sure you researched all that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more like that. It's so crazy. It just makes your hair stand up.
So do you think he did it?
Do I think he did it?
Do you think that he murdered Donna and Justine?
I know he did.
Okay.
I know he did. I have no doubt. No doubt in my mind whatsoever. He wrote me from jail and told me he didn't do it, but I don't believe him.
Okay.
And when I tell you the story, you'll know why.
All right. Well, let's just wrap it up for now, and then I will give you a call.
Well, I just, my way my day's going today. You just have to try me.
Okay.
I just don't know how it's... I have been stuck in this house for months. I get out maybe to go to a grocery store every now and then, and because I lost my car.
Right. Well,
and I've got more going on than anybody I know.
Yeah. It's exciting you're getting a new car, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it works out.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking, and I didn't know there was scammers out there for buying cars.
Yeah, there sure are.
I got set up a couple times at bad deals. I would have went over there and probably got robbed and stuff. I mean, there's some fakers out there.
Well, fingers crossed. I hope that works out for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I will give you a call back this afternoon, okay?
All right.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
He was born by the roadside in a broken down carriage. Came into life on the run. Found on the doorstep of a nearby orphanage. No one saw. No one saw.
Spoon River Gothic is a production of Lonebird Media in association with CZ Studio and Radio Vérité. The show is produced by August Olsen, editing, directing, and producing by Cory Zimmerman, audio mastering and engineering by E. Mastered. Research is done by Anne-Marie Cannon, Chelseah Mesa, and me, Jinra Ilustrisimo. Spoon River Gothic is written and hosted by Cory Zimmerman. You can follow the show at czstudio.works and read the blog at spoonrivergothic.com. Show some love by leaving us a rating or review on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And stay tuned for the next episode as we dive deeper into the Donald Bull case. Thank you for listening. This is Spoon River Gothic, narrative of a double homicide.